What's happening, fight fans? Welcome back to the MMA Mindset Wolkernite Fight Championship 8, 17th of May. Going to be an unbelievable card. I know I keep saying it, but the fights that we've got potentially in the pipeline to be able to bring it to you, and the fights that we've already announced, are just going to take this promotion up another level. I know last event was fantastic. We're going to try and make this one even better. So make sure you get your tickets, links in the description, or livemma.co.uk for the pay-per-view. If you can't attend in person. But without further ado, I'm joined by someone making their debut on the card, Rhys Virgo. How you doing, my man?
I'm all right, mate. Excited and ready. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I wanted to talk about. How are you feeling? I mean, it's what about 6 weeks out from the card now, pretty much to the day.
Yeah.
Excited, nervous?
Excited. Not really nervous. It's just something I've always wanted to do, so I'm just excited to finally have a chance to do it and test myself
Yeah. How
again.
long have you been training for?
About just over a year and a half, I think. About around that, yeah. It's been 5 days a week for about a year now. So before that, it was normally two, three times a week. Just easing myself into it. And now I feel like I can like try test myself and everything.
Yeah. How come you've decided, obviously, to make the decision now to have your debut and to step into the ring or the cage?
Well, it's mainly I'm 18 now. It's like I'm an adult. I can do stuff without parents' permission. Uh, and just I feel like I have the time. I'm young. It's better to start off now than wait a couple of years and maybe you never know what happens. Something might happen. And I can't do it, and something I've always wanted to do. So if I can do it, I'm gonna do it. And yeah.
Did the like junior scene never really appeal to you? Because I know it's like bigger gloves, no headshots and stuff like that. Did that never appeal to you really?
Not really. I feel like the adult scene just it is more what I'd like to do. Yeah, being able to headshots, no headgear, smaller shin guards, stuff like that.
Yeah. And where did the interest in sort of training and competing come from? Was there anything that kind of sparked a bit of a fire inside yourself?
Uh, Mainly, literally just watching the sport. I watched it from young. My dad was big into it, so when he would watch it, he'd show me stuff. My brother wanted to start training, so we started training together. And yeah, well, once I started like realizing this is something I could do because I enjoy it. And yeah, it was when I started realizing I can actually give it a go. And
Yeah. In terms of the kind of sport you want to end up in, is it always going to be kickboxing, or are you want? We see a lot of people who start off with the kickboxing aspect and then they kind of transition into mixed martial arts, MMA and stuff. Is that something you've been looking at all?
yeah, I because I do the grappling, I do MMA as well. I'd like to go into MMA, get the experience in K1 because I'd like to do both. See which where I'm at in either, see which one I'm better at, and take it from there.
Yeah, I mean, I do not just like Vulcanite. I do other events around the UK, and I find that a lot with a lot of people I speak to is that they've started in K1 and then once because I feel like striking for a lot of people comes a lot more naturally to them than grappling, and they've made sure that they've got the striking as well as it can, and they've kind of still got that competition whilst they're improving their grappling.
Yeah.
Would you say that that's kind of where you're at in
Uh,
terms of would you say you're more of a striker or a grappler?
I started off striking a lot more. Like, didn't really do grappling as much because I didn't really take to it as much. Like, I didn't find it as fun. But then when I started getting into it and doing it more, I started enjoying it a lot more when I was getting better and seeing progress. Like, I'd say I can grapple as well as I can strike in certain areas. Yeah, I'd say grappling's harder to get good at, in my opinion. It's harder on the body, but I'm more used to striking because I've done it for longer and I've put more hours into it. So it's just I'd rather test myself in K1 first and keep training grappling.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to transport you back. We're talking like 15, 16 years here, WEC days before the UFC bought them and Uriah
Yeah,
Faber was fighting. And he was always my favorite. So I was always so interested in the wrestling and my only striking was feinting a takedown and throwing a big overhand right just to try and catch
yeah.
someone on the end of it. So yeah, I had to pick up the striking and it made me appreciate it a lot more. And obviously, like I said, having your debut on this card in terms of preparing for a fight and the mentality of preparing for a fight. How's it been for you? Have you enjoyed the process up until now?
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. It's like obviously training more, putting more effort in. I like having something to do, something to work towards, and it's like just giving me something to like have that drive and that fire in me to like want to achieve, and it's like a goal and something like some people need goals, and I'm one of those people, and it's yeah, it gives me something to work towards.
Yeah, I'm like that. If I don't have anything planned or anything in the pipeline, can start to be lazy and sit around, not really do anything, not really get motivated. So yeah, I
Yeah.
understand the mindset. Obviously taking on Luke Williams. Do you know anything about your opponent? Have you seen anything of him in terms of training footage,
Uh,
sparring footage?
I watched his last fight, but obviously every fight's different. He's got more experience than me. He's been in there before. He knows what it's like. I don't, so he's got that over me. But yeah, watching his last fight, he's not to be taken lightly. And yeah,
In terms of how you think the fight's gonna play out, how can you see this fight going? Especially in, I think you learn a lot about the fight in the opening 30 seconds, but how people are going to approach the game. How are you feeling that opening 30 seconds to a minute is going to go?
uh, I'm not too sure to be honest. I feel like I'll try implement my game plan, implement what I want to do. Hopefully, take control. I'm guessing he's thinking the same. It's just who can do it better, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and in terms of obviously your corner team, you've been with them for quite a while now, 18 months. How confident are you that they'll be going to be able to get you to the very best that you can be on the night and get you through the 3 rounds?
Yeah, I'm confident they can, and because they'll tell me what I'm doing wrong. They'll tell me like what he's doing. They'll like give me little tips or like, oh, he's doing this or you're doing this. You need to stop doing this. You need to start doing this. Like, uh, I know they'll tell me that. I know they'll put me in my place if I'm getting too like over the top. I'm being too excitable or yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's the definitely in your first fight. I think that's the hardest thing to control is the adrenaline of being like, oh, I've got to take his head off. I've got to take his head off.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you can master that, that's you're 9/10 of the way there already. In terms of being composed. What are you looking for the rest of the year? Obviously, we're going to be in May by the time you have your first fight. How many are you looking at getting much more in before the end of the year?
Uh, I was hoping to maybe do two or three in total. Try get on two or three, and then see what goes from there. Because uh, do this one, and then I saw they've got one in October time. Maybe try that one, and then see what I can do from there.
Yeah. And have you got many people coming from home to support you on the evening?
Uh, my mates have bought one of the tables, so yeah,
Nice.
and some of the family from both sides of my family are coming. A fair few friends. It's just yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to get like too ahead of yourself, but in terms of like putting on a show for them and giving them that moment at the end where you get your hand raised, that must be pretty special for you to think about.
Yeah, it'd be nice, but I feel like I've got to get there first. That's what it's all about, getting there, and I can't get too ahead of myself. I've still got to put the work in. I can't just go for, oh, I'm gonna win. Like I've got to prove I'm gonna win. I've got to put in the work to win. It's not just winning.
Yeah, that's a sensible mindset to have. Obviously, in terms of the next few weeks leading up to fight night, what's the sort of plan in terms of stepping up training and then in terms of like making weight and stuff like that?
Mainly just yeah, getting the cardio the best it can be. Like keeping my body ready, not overdoing it, not keeping the healthy diet, and then yeah, making weight healthily, not like killing my body off or anything.
Yeah, well, I'm really excited about this fight. I get really excited when I see people making their debut because you never know what to expect. Just to push it back to someone I know, there's an amateur on the scene at the moment who's going to be becoming a pro called Micah Matabiri. He's a champion in multiple promotions now, but he's fought on UFC Fight Pass. And I watched his debut fight, and I didn't know what to expect from the guy, and he was unbelievable. And now he's one of the best amateurs in the country, so I never know what I'm going to get. But Rhys, thank you so much for coming on, mate. I really appreciate you taking the time out your evening to do this.
Thank you for having me, mate. It was fun.
Yeah, not a problem. Hopefully, like I said, we'll be speaking after the fight anyway, because I'll be there on fight night doing post-fight interviews. So, yeah, with any luck, obviously, we'll be speaking after the fight. But yeah, make sure you do tune in to check out this fight, because like I said, there's nothing more exciting than watching people in the amateur scene getting their debut, and you never know what to expect. So, Rhys, once again, all the best for your training. Thank you so much for coming on, and yeah, I'll see you on fight night.
See you on fight night, mate.
Nice one. Thank you very much, mate.